What up, guys? The Bench Buddies are back with our Week 8 NFL picks and preview. As always, I have Ethan joining me here breaking down all of this week's games. But before we get into it, subscribe to our channel where we'll be doing a giveaway at 500 subscribers.
Yeah, what's up, guys? And it was a great NFL week. Not really for us from the pick standpoint, but I'll take a game gained on you, Zach. What would you say? What was your favorite game this weekend? What enticed you the most?
It's going to be an underrated one, and I'm going to go with Cleveland and Indy. I know that a lot of people were leaning toward the Baltimore Lions and Chiefs, Chargers, obviously Dolphins, Philly, but I'm going with the Cleveland Indy game. And both of those teams really won that game. Yes, the Colts lost, but I think in the long run for the rest of this year, that's a big win for them. Scoring 38 on that Cleveland defense is no joke this year. And Minshew obviously proved that he can be the guy to take over this franchise for at least this year and not miss a beat. So I think the Colts Browns game, and obviously Myles Garrett absolutely was on a tear last weekend too. And both of those teams are probably coming into this week thinking that they can easily get the win.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about two teams that, if you think about it, really should have gotten wins. They were playing against. They were favored, and those teams are the Bills losing to the Patriots. Very tough game. Did not see that happening, so that surprised me. And then Minnesota, San Francisco on Monday night. Brock Purdy just couldn't get it done for the Niners in the fourth quarter. So that's what I got from last week.
And then we got last week's bets, and we don't really want to talk about these. 1 for 4 last week. Struggled. I had the touchdown. You had the Pittsburgh covering, and they also won. But we're at 12 and 13, and we'll go to this week's picks. And I'm going 3 spreads, an under in the Atlanta Tennessee game, and then a Travis Kelce anytime touchdown.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with 4 spreads. I got the Rams over the Cowboys +6. Pittsburgh again. I got to roll with them at home. Houston -3. I just don't understand why that spread's only 3. And then Cincinnati +3. I just got a feeling, man, the Niners did not look good. I know they're at home, back at home, so that'll be good. And then Jalen Warren touchdown. Steelers are starting to use them, so I'm gonna roll with it. Probably got good odds.
And then we'll talk about tonight's game, Thursday Night Football on Amazon Prime. Bucks, Bills, both of those teams kind of need to win at this point. Bills are falling almost to 500, which is kind of hard to believe here if this happens after week 8. Then the Bucks obviously started out hot and now have fallen flat on their face. And Mayfield is expected to play tonight. And I think it will matter a little bit, but that fourth quarter, I think the Bills pull away.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think it'll be a closer game than people think, and obviously then the spread will show. They got the Bills -9.5. I think Tampa Bay can cover that. I think it'll be a closer game than people expect, and I got to take the Bills in the end. Just can't see them falling down to 500. And then obviously Tampa Bay, after winning 3 straight, losing 3 straight, and now playing Thursday Night Football in Buffalo, it's a lot of pressure. So I'm gonna take the Bills tonight.
Then moving to Sunday, you got my Packers at home and a must-win game for both of these teams. It feels like, because of the NFC North implications. Got to go with my Packers at home. They're struggling, but 3 of their 4 losses have been in one possession and a game-winning drive. So I'm not overreacting like a lot of people are, and a few different throws for Love, and they also get a few more wins. And I think that's going to be the step here to success. If Love has a game-winning drive here, then they're going to get back on track.
Yeah, this game's going to be a really close one. It's going to come down to just that fourth quarter, and I'm trusting Kirk Cousins. It is a 1 o'clock game. I know they're in Green Bay, but Kirk Cousins has been playing well all year, and the Vikings finally getting some wins back to back. And this is their opportunity to go 500, which I wouldn't have thought they would have done that with the way they started the year. So going with the Vikings. Jordan Addison's a stud. Let's ride, baby. Skull.
And then we'll move to a shocking game. I think both of us are understanding, this Texans team is pretty good. Panthers obviously are awful this year, nowhere to go. And if they don't have a first round pick, so the Texans are going to cover in this one as well as win. And I think CJ Stroud's going to have another big day and for his case for the rookie of the year.
Yeah, totally agree here. It's not going to be one of the games that I'm most interested in for the 1 o'clock, just because the Panthers are so boring, man. But Texans, I think CJ Stroud's going to have a big game as well. So let's ride Texans.
Cowboys, Rams. I'm going with the boys at home. And I know Stafford and his company can throw the ball well, but this is where not having Kyron Williams is going to come into play because if you can't run, Dallas is good at stopping the pass when they know you are going to throw the ball. And I think Tony Pollard's due for a big game here out of the bye week, and they're well rested, back to full health. The Cowboys start the trek to possibly getting that NFC East crown away from Philly.
This is going to be a tough game, but I just think the Rams are going to pull it out. They're fighting this year. They're clawing, trying to get to 500. I think they do it here. It's going to be a great game. But I got to pick the Rams. I haven't been trusting the Cowboys that much this year. So,
And then you have Saints Colts. Should be a very good 1 o'clock game. It's going to come down to how Derek Carr plays. And these last few weeks have told me that I can't trust him as much as I can trust this Colts team putting up at least 30. And that's the reason why I'm going with the Colts here at home.
excuse me. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Saints on the road. I just think they're a better team. Colts haven't shown much this year. They played hard, and obviously that loss last week was tough. But I'm going to take the Saints here on the road. It's going to be the Colts at home always play better, and it's going to be a very low scoring game. I think I just got to roll with the Saints.
And then on CBS, Patriots, Dolphins. Dolphins need to get back on track here after last week's loss. And then the Patriots coming off a surprise upset. Can they do it again? I don't think so. 2 weeks in a row from a performance standpoint for the Patriots like that. They don't have those guys this year like they have had in years past to possibly do that. So I'm going with the Dolphins here in a big rebound.
Yeah, I'm going with the Dolphins as well at home. They definitely should run all over the Patriots. They just can't score nearly as many points as the Dolphins can. So I think it's pretty simple.
And then the Battle of New York, Jets, Giants. And this is a spread I'm looking at as well. And, the Jets defense is a top tier defense. And I think the Giants are going to struggle. If Saquon has a day, he's going to have 3 touchdowns in order for this Giants team to win. And I don't think that's going to happen. I'll say he gets 1, but I don't think 3 is going to happen. And Wilson has been playing decent. And as long as they're around 500 come week 12, 13, who knows where Rodgers is going to be at with his surgery and his recovery. So, that just leaves the door open for him down the road too. And I think they're going to get a win here to move above 500.
Yeah, I think they're going to get a win as well. Just a better overall roster, more talent defensively, and a lot more talent on the offensive side. So, yeah, give me the Jets.
And then your Steelers at home against the Jaguars. And, this is a trap game, I think, for the Jaguars. They're starting to get hot, get back in the moment. But going into Heinz Field, as I still call it, facing those Steelers, 1 o'clock, terrible towels waving in a very big and early AFC standings standpoint for the playoffs. And I think the Steelers get the best of them here at home. The defense is going to be too hard for Lawrence. And Kenny Pickett and Pickens, that connection is getting even better by the week. And not to mention, they also got Deontay Johnson back last week, and he was a big factor too. So the Steelers, they have to win this game passing the ball.
Yeah, this is a statement game for the Steelers, I think. I mean, they haven't really beaten, other than the Ravens, they haven't beaten crazy opponents. So I'm going to go with the Steelers at home, obviously. Got to pick them.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a trap game. I think TJ Watt and the boys are going to be all over Trevor Lawrence. He's going to have a tough game, force him to create some turnovers. And I think it's going to be a close one, but I'm taking the Steelers.
And then you have Falcons, Titans, and if the Titans lose this game, I think Derrick Henry and DeAndre Hopkins are probably dealt somewhere. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think the Titans win this one. And it looks like Will Levis is going to be getting the start in this one with Malik Willis being the backup. And Tannehill is more than likely going to be out for this one. But I don't think that matters. I think the Titans are going to win a low-scoring game. And that's why I put that under in my best bets this week. I think it's going to be probably a 17-14 game-ish, somewhere around there. And that's why I think the Titans can win at home.
Yeah, that's a good bet on the under. I don't think many points are going to be scored. I do think Bijan will score. Man, I hope he scores. He needs to. The Falcons, if Bijan does score, the Falcons will usually win. And that means the offense is moving. And their defense is solid. So going to take the Falcons on the road. Titans look terrible.
And then also at 1, there's a lot of 1 o'clock games this week on the slate. Eagles, Commanders, and, I think the Eagles aren't going to cover in this one, but I think they're going to win. They barely squeaked out a victory just 2 weeks ago against the Commanders at home in overtime. And, A.J. Brown has been on a tear, and he's going to be the difference in this one. I think he goes for at least another 100 yards in this one, and the Eagles win another one at the end.
Yeah, I'm with you. I got to go with the Eagles. I think they might blow out the Commanders. I agree. AJ Brown, DeAndre Swift, Hurts, they should all have some good games. As long as they're focused on the Commanders, I don't think they should have a problem this week.
And then moving to the 4 o'clock, we got Browns, Seahawks. And if you would have told me in week 8 that both of these teams are 4-2, I don't think I would have believed you. And the Browns defense, Seahawks defense have been top 10 this year. So it's going to be a defensive battle on who can crack the code first. And because Watson is more than likely out, I got to go with the Seahawks here at home. Geno and company take care of business.
Yeah, I think at home is the big thing. Seattle at home is a much better, and I think K9 and DK are gonna have big games. Browns defense is solid, and I think they're gonna keep them in this game. But at the end of the day, Seattle's gonna score more points.
Then at 4:25, you got the Ravens, Cardinals. And this could be, coming off of cloud nine, Ravens absolutely blowing out the Lions. Well, I think they're going to get another blowout here, probably by at least 20. Lamar's going to have another big day and a big Ravens win.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Got the Ravens.
And then these two teams played in week 6 on Thursday Night Football. Broncos, Chiefs. Broncos hung with them for a little bit, but didn't really put on any points in that one. I think it's going to be kind of the same story, except the Chiefs play better in this. So the Chiefs go on the road, and Mahomes still doesn't lose to the Broncos.
Yeah, no, Mahomes never will lose to the Broncos. Got to pick them every time. Any game against division, I think we both got to go Chiefs. They've proved it, they've shown it, and your anytime touchdown for Kelsey, I think that's gonna happen. He usually crushes the Broncos.
And then a big game for both of these teams. Bengals out of the bye, looking to get over 500 for the first time this year. And then the Niners, with 2 straight losses, and according to us, it's going to be 3. Purdy is out in this one already, so Sam Darnold is stepping in as QB1. And Burrow and his weapons are fully healthy, fully loaded to come take on this tough Niners defense. I think they're going to do it. It's going to be a game that comes down to the end, and Money Mac is going to decide this one.
Yeah, I'm with you, and I think you just gotta trust Joe Burrow more than Sam Darnold. So that's why I'm picking the Bengals. It's gonna be a great game. Both solid rosters. Really excited for this one. Could be a Super Bowl preview. You never know. It's one of those matchups where it's a possibility. So I'm really excited for it, and I take the Bengals.
Then move into Sunday Night Football. Well, the Bears, are the Bears, but they did look better without Fields, and instead they had Tyson Bagent. He looked pretty good in this one, but now they go against the Chargers on the road. Don't think it's going to be the same story here, and I think the Chargers win.
Yeah, I think the Chargers win as well. Just a better team at home. Sunday Night Football. Jay Herb's gonna have a big game. I'm riding with the Chargers.
And then Monday Night Football, Raiders, Lions. And the Lions got to bounce back in some way, and I'm taking them here at home. And I think they cover that as well. They got punched in their mouth a little bit last week against the Ravens, and now, they got to respond somehow. And I think it's going to be a good punch in the mouth for them. And, some teams need that early in the season, really humble themselves, get back to earth and get back to grinding. Demont is more than likely not playing this game, so another heavy workload for Jahmyr Gibbs on tap. And, I think he's going to run wild in this one against the Raiders, and the Lions win big.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think the Lions are going to win. They're just going to play tough football, and I don't think the Raiders are going to have it Monday night. So, yeah, rocking with the Lions, and those are our picks for the week. So, hopefully a winning week. It was tough last time.
But that'll be it for this week. Make sure you guys come back next week to see how we did and for next week's picks. But until the next time, the Bench Buddies are out.